Robert, welcome back to the latest Manchester United news. Now we'll be talking the latest on Carlos BALEBA to Manchester United. Also an update on the Donnarumma situation, as well as some other interesting stories as well that we've seen come out in the media today. But we'll mainly be talking about UPAMECANO, Onana, and much more as well. So I want to start off by talking about the Carlos BALEBA story. It came in from Gimme Sport and Ben Jacobs, who again has been pretty reliable. He said this: Ruben Amorim is pushing the ball to get BALEBA. United no money are coming through sales this season. Also next season, with the departure of Bruno and Casemiro likely, Manchester United will try for BALEBA. Then it said Ruben Amorim is telling Wilcox and Vivell to go and bid now for Carlos BALEBA to show his sound and ambition. Get me a ball winner, find me an athlete in the middle of the park. Even though Brighton position is not for sale, Manchester United are prepared to try. So again, United obviously want BALEBA, we know that. Now Simon Stone has said something who again is pretty reliable. He said, I'm getting the impression Brighton's stance on the midfield, Carlos BALEBA, is weakening. Brighton have been keen to stress they have no desire to sell BALEBA, who contract runs till 2028. They are sticking to their mantra where the player accepts the fact that there's no other matter. So listen, it feels like this one's going to go all the way to the wire in terms of transfer window. Now Manchester United obviously do want Carlos BALEBA. We are heavily interested in signing him, but again, the fact that Ruben Amorim is pushing for him shows that he knows how much. He obviously knows way more than the fans how much the midfielder and how much a midfielder is needed and how poor the midfield has been. I think there's loads of gaps, and I think ideally what you would want is Casemiro to leave and you bring in Carlos BALEBA, but that doesn't look like it's going to happen. Casemiro, too high wages, he ain't going to leave right now, and yeah, I think he's going to stay and finish out his contract, so that would be ideal. But again, it's going to be very difficult for BALEBA to join, but United are still trying. Obviously United, they're kind of going to be thinking about the consequences of this deal longer later down the line. We've heard that Sir Jim Ratcliffe really wants to get BALEBA, and would be his preference to make an ambitious signing and to kind of make a statement. So that could be something that Manchester United do. But yeah, Amorim is pushing. He wants to get BALEBA over the line, and I understand why. He's a top talent, and again, he would be the total perfect midfielder for Manchester United. But that is the latest. Manchester United, Ruben Amorim is telling Vivell and Wilcox to push for this deal, to try and get this deal over the line. It's going to be a very, very difficult deal to do. United still in contact with the player to see whether they can get a deal over the line. There's hope the deal can get done. Again, that would be the hope, but what's the likelihood of it happening? I'm not 100% sure, to be honest, but let's see what happens with BALEBA. There is total interest there. United continuing to talk with him, we're pushing for him, and yeah, we want to get that deal over the line. So let's see what happens there. Now, the next thing I want to talk about, quickly on BALEBA. United, this came in from David Hornsey and Laurie Whitwell. United not expected to submit a bid for BALEBA unless they believe there's a chance of success, with indirect conversations going. Their signing so far coming at 60 to 70 million. So United are not going to submit an offer yet until they find out everything they need to know and find out, is that BALEBA deal going to be possible with the bid they do put in. So again, don't expect the offer immediately, but talks are still ongoing with Brighton. But yeah, it's looking like Manchester United is still going to pursue talks with Carlos BALEBA. But moving on now, we're going to talk about some other interesting stories that has come out in the media today. But let me know your thoughts. What is the chances of getting Carlos BALEBA? It is positive. I mean, United are the only club interested in him at the moment. Obviously, with Rodri being out, could City go for him? There's been no talks of that yet. I'll say that's something to keep an eye on. Manchester United are reportedly ready to blow the budget for BALEBA and are worried about the consequences later. That's coming out from Dean Jones. So that could be something that United do. Again, we've heard we have more money to spend with the PSR and the credit availability. So again, it's certainly one of those players which doesn't come around so often. He's a very, very talented player. Again, so yeah, let's see what happens there. But now the next thing I want to talk about is the goalkeeper situation with obviously Donnarumma. So on Donnarumma, what has come out is Gianluigi Donnarumma is not being actively pursued by United, and goalkeeper is not a priority position for the club this summer. Come out from Nathan Salt in the Mail. And Ruben Amorim was more than comfortable with starting and finishing the season with an honorary goal for Manchester United. And I think Ruben Amorim kind of understands the priority is to go out and get a midfielder before anything. Again, I think the midfielder would be a big position for United to kind of go and get, and would be the position that Manchester United need and want the most. So no goalkeeper is going to come in at the moment. That's the latest. Now, in terms of loan, Chido's going to stay. That's the expectation. And as well as Harry Amasi is going to go on loan. Now, I want to talk about the UPAMECANO stuff because it came out today from Christian Folk. Manchester United include Dale UPAMECANO in his wish list. The defender's agent offer him to many Premier League clubs, including Manchester United. Now, if you look at the actual article, you read his agent and UPAMECANO himself are looking to kind of get a new deal with Dale, looking to get a new contract with him. Yeah, his future is in doubt, but the likelihood is that he will be staying. Christian Focus told CFY that the Red Devils are including the 26-year-old on their list of priorities as his contract is set to expire next summer. Bayern are pushing hard to reach an agreement with UPAMECANO over no deal, but as of now there's been little or no progress. The negotiations are dragging on for a long time and is leaving Bayern short as they do not want another Leroy Sané saga to unfold. Christian Focus said there's interest from United. Interest from United is making life difficult for Bayern. On top of it, UPAMECANO's agent has offered his client to Premier League clubs, including Manchester United. After Bayern's recent win against Tottenham, UPAMECANO was asked to comment on his future, but the defender remained coy. Now, again, Manchester United made exploratory talks with Mark Gahey. I don't think we have. But yeah, listen, do I think we'll get UPAMECANO? One, I think he's a decent defender. On that side, I think he would be a decent option to have. But I think defensively we're alright. I think we have more than enough players there. Maybe next season when you get rid of a Harry Maguire, see what how Martinez has this season, see what the futures are of some other players, then you maybe go for a centre-back. But right now, I don't think we really need one. And again, I think it'd be similar to the Jonathan Tah and the Kim Min-jae situation where you kind of use Manchester United's name to get ultimately the deal that they want. And we've seen that happen many times before. But I don't think we'll get a centre-back at the moment. And we've already got De Ligt, Yoro, Heaven, Mazraoui, Maguire, Martinez, Shaw will still be here, so that's 7. And if you are kind of struggling, you can always put a Delo in there as well. So I think we're more than okay defensively, so we'll have to wait and see what happens there. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on the defender situation and the goalkeeper situation, as well as the Carlos Baleba stuff. That has been the latest update. Thanks for watching.